In a previous video I talked a little bit about nuisance, and I'd like to elaborate on that a little bit more in this video. Nuisance is a common law concept, and it holds that a property owner has a right to the peaceful use and enjoyment of his property. So a property owner shouldn't be subjected to things like loud noises or nauseating fumes. Those would interfere with his ability to use and enjoy his property. But nuisance is highly contextual. An action that might be a nuisance in one context may not be a nuisance in another context. For example, let's say I grill out on my patio, which I like to do. I maybe smoke a brisket or something. I'm going to generate some smoke, but it's a small amount of smoke and it's probably not going to bother anyone. But let's say I build a bonfire in the middle of my backyard and send plumes of smoke into my neighbor's yard, and he can't use his yard then because of the amount of smoke that I'm sending onto his property. That would be considered a nuisance. But if I build a bonfire in the middle of a 1,000-acre ranch, the smoke's probably not going to bother anyone. So in each of these situations, smoke was generated, but only in one of those situations was it a sufficient amount of smoke to really interfere with a neighbor's use of his property. So nuisance applies to activities that aren't in and of themselves dangerous or in some way interfere with the ability of others to use their property. Like I said earlier, it's highly contextual. In one context, an activity may be regarded as a nuisance, and in other contexts, it may not be. So nuisance is a useful concept in regard to the application of property rights, because a lot of times we think that there are conflicts between property owners and their use of their property, when if we applied the concept of nuisance, that often makes the issue go away. For example, if a neighbor holds a loud party late at night, he might claim that he has a right to use his property as he chooses. But if that party is generating so much noise that other neighbors can't sleep or watch TV without cranking up the volume to an insane level, then they aren't free to use their property as they choose, and the party host is the one that's causing that. So again, if we truly understand what nuisance is and apply it, that can resolve a lot of perceived conflicts regarding property rights.